Cursing Mushroom, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video, Guardians. So today we're going to be looking at This Week at Bungie for August 16th, 2018. Now I do want to say before we get into this, in the description down below I will have a link to this. If you don't want to hear me talk or any of that mumbo jumbo, you want to read it for yourself, it will be down below. But bear with me for a minute or two because I've got some really important information you have to hear. Most people won't know this, and it is very, very important. So we're going to go to the bottom of the screen here. Okay, so I'm about to read this little expert here for you guys because it's very important. It's about starting on August 28th and moving forward. But the first thing I want to say before I read this is I had a lot of people ask me, and yes, you will be able to masterwork your Solstice armor after September 4th when Forsaken launches. Note that you have to get it to Legendary first. If you don't, you won't be able to do anything with it. So make sure you at least get it to Legendary, and then after that, you can masterwork it. Let's move to this expert. It's very important, guys. So this is all about when they put the live patch on August 28th and some things you need to look into because it could be some, they're kind of saying here, right here, I'll just read it real quick. To set expectation, here is a sampling of issues for the week leading up to Forsaken starting on August 28th. So these are some issues they know of, and I want to make sure you guys know them as well so you're not freaking out. And also make sure you can kind of prepare yourself for them in case it happens to you. I know I will be. So let's read it together. Make sure you listen carefully or read along. Exotic weapons will lose +5 power mod in preparation for the Year 2 mod system, but legendary weapons will not until September 4th. Nightfall strikes will not have scoring until September 4th. Some tooltips and item descriptions may reflect Year 2 item behavior even if item functionality is not updated until September 4th. Some tooltips and item descriptions may reflect Year 1 item behavior until September 4th, even if item functionality has already been updated for Year 2. Year 2 weapon slots will be live for all players, which may cause some weapons in players' inventories to go to their postmaster. This is very crucial, Guardians. All players should ensure their postmasters are clear by August 28th to prevent loss of items. Some Year 1 power weapons which previously had an elemental attribute will become kinetic for Year 2. The elemental attributes for a handful of targeted Year 1 weapons will be changed and locked to a specific attribute for Year 2. All other Year 1 energy and power weapons in players' inventories will have their elemental attributes locked for Year 2. So the way I see this is set your weapons to what element type you want it to be. If it's something you really enjoy using, make duplicates if it's something you really want. Save them in that configuration because it's going to be locked unless you get like another one later on. And also make sure your postmaster is completely empty. This is going to be very vital. I worry about that because I've got max everything everywhere. I don't even really have space in my postmaster sometimes. So it kind of worries me there. And then make sure you're paying attention to which weapons are now kinetic. Also, I believe it is the Escalation Protocol shotgun and sniper that will be locked at solar. That's what I know of so far. But that's going to be it for this expert. I wanted to make sure you guys heard that first because it's very important in case you decided to leave. It's not what you wanted to hear. You wanted to read it yourself. This information is very vital. I'm trying to save you guys a lot of time and a lot of stress for weapons that you have grinded for. I don't want you to lose them, and I don't want them to be locked to energies that you really don't care for or don't use a lot of. So let's get on to the rest of the video. So we're going to start. We're going to go up to the top here. There's a lot of reading that needs to be done, to be fair. So I'm going to try to skip through some and paraphrase because I've already read this. So that way it's not just me reading forever, but it is very important that you hear most of it because it is some pretty cool stuff going on here. So they talk about them going to Germany for the Gamescom. And we're going to skip over that. It's not really important. You can read that if you want to. You can pause it or anything like that. We're going to go down here and we're going to read about Valor and Glory in the Crucible. They talk a little bit about it. And then we've got some more ranking systems we're going to read down below. So Robbie's talking here. With Forsaken just around the corner, Gambit will soon be unleashed into the wild. Our high-level goals for the mode. So they're talking about specifically Gambit here. Fuse the best aspects of PvE and PvP into a brand new activity that you can experience only in Destiny 2. Make the mode accessible for players of all skill levels, but give it depth and variety that will keep even the most hardcore Guardians coming back for more. If you guys haven't realized yet, this is like their goals, what they want it to be in the ranking system. There's always a role to play, whether it's slaying enemies, scooping up motes, or invading. There's always a way to contribute to your team's success. Communication isn't required, but strategy and quick thinking are just as important as thumb skill. Always make it possible for teams that fall behind to come back so they don't become discouraged. I think these are a lot of good goals for this game mode. I think this game mode is going to put Destiny 2 on some serious map, like blowing some other games out of the water. I think that Forsaken, personally, is going to be the best expansion, best Destiny we have seen to date. Just wait and see, Guardians. I think that they've taken some time. And the thing is, I understand Bungie because I've been playing their games for a while, for years and years and years. And this is what they do. In my opinion, they create a game. The game's good. Everybody loves it, but it's not the best. They try to change some things. It messes stuff up. And then they come back harder than ever. They are like the dark horse in the room, okay? You don't expect it, and then all of a sudden, bang, here's this fantastic thing. And I think that's how Destiny 2 is going to be. I'm telling you right now, if you're not playing it, but you're watching this video, you might want to get ready because Forsaken's going to blow your socks off. Destiny 2 will be the best Destiny so far. I believe strongly about that. All the things that are changing, plus everything that's there in terms of the actual game build, this will be the first time ever that you'll have random rolls that won't affect everything. If you get a Better Devils that's breaking the game, they'll just fix the perks on the Better Devils. They're not going to make all hand cannons useless, which I think is absolutely fantastic. But let's move on. I'm talking too much. So here it is. It's called Infamy. This is their new Gambit Valor / Glory ranking system, but it's called Infamy. So what they're saying here is a progression-based ranking system where completing matches earns you points. Winning matches will greatly accelerate your climb, while losing matches still earns you points, just fewer than if you win. An experience that rewards players with the unique Gambit weapons and armor. So we're getting unique Gambit weapons and armor. That's fantastic. I love to hear that. Mwah! I love you, Bungie, for that. Because I think I'm going to be playing a lot of Gambit. I think that's going to be something that I can really dive into. I can feel like a god in Crucible sometimes, and then I can show off my PvE skills. We've been watching the response to the Valor ranking system in the Crucible. A lot of this new work takes that community feedback into account. At this point, I'm going to pass it to Sam, who pulled double duty to design and test the Infamy ranking system. So Sam's going to talk here about what their ranking system is like. I'm going to skip this paragraph here. Apart from this major change, Infamy ranks will function very much like Valor ranks. Each rank will require more Infamy points to complete than the last. Win streaks award bonus points. Your win streak caps at 5 and doesn't get reset until you lose a match. Your win streak won't be reset if you join in match in progress. These are all good things coming to Gambit. I think it needs to be a casual and a competitive mode in one. I don't think you need to feel so stressed out all the time that you can get in there with your buddies and just have a good time and shoot some dudes and then, you know, get the other Guardians and this and that. But it also needs to have moments where you're like, let's get in there and show them who's the boss. Let's get our best PvE players and let's get our best PvP players and just stick it to them. I think this is going to be just mind-blowing how amazing it's going to be. I haven't got to play it yet. I wish I would have got to, but we will soon, Guardians. In addition to completing matches, you can also earn Infamy by completing Gambit bounties. Each day, the Drifter will have a selection of daily bounties available for sale that will reward Infamy points, as well as other rewards. He'll also sell a special weekly bounty once you reach level 50. The weekly bounty will award a large number of Infamy points and a piece of powerful gear. This allows you to always be making progress towards Legend, no matter what your short-term goals are. I think this is awesome, guys. Like, absolutely fantastic. We're seeing a bunch of cool things going on here, and I cannot wait. I mean, I think this is going to be pretty sweet. You're talking about bounties that help you level him up, and then once you get rank 50, you've got weekly bounties that give you powerful gear. That's awesome. they say here, Guardians notorious enough to catch the Drifter's eye by climbing the infamy ranks will be able to earn some pretty sweet gear. Get the Warlock here. That's a pretty sweet Warlock bond there. It's got the Raven. That's pretty dope. Helmet is looking pretty good along with that. Guardians who have tried Gambit in the wild have given it high marks for fun. That's pretty much it on that. We're not going to continue there. And then they go into talking about the Crucible changes. So that gear set that you've seen from the live stream for the Warlock, Hunter, and Titan, that was the Crucible gear set. It looked pretty good. Looks like they're doing some changes here. Small things, but monumental. So let's talk about here. I'm going to just skip ahead and go to Kevin's part and see what he has to say. I'm glad to have a chance to talk to you all about Crucible ranks going forward. This past season of gameplay has taught us a lot about what has worked well and where we can do better. As we kick off the next season, we're excited to give players new ranks to earn. Let's dive right into the goals we had for designing the Crucible rank system in Season 4. So here's their actual goals and what they're trying to do. Goal: make earning a high rank in Glory not feel like your second job. Thank you, Jesus. That's why I don't even play Glory. Changes to Glory. Glory rank points gained and lost have been retuned to reduce the overall climb to higher ranks. The weekly award has been fixed and its gains have been doubled. Goal: recognize the achievements of players who did not receive their weekly awards in Season 3. Players who completed in Season 3 will earn bonus rank points for completing their first match in Season 4. Does not require completion of any previous weekly milestones. They've got another goal here. Encourage more players to strive for higher glory ranks. Here's the changes they made. Losses in competitive playlists no longer reset your Valor win streak. Radar has been re-enabled during competitive play. I know that's very important to a bunch of you Guardians out there. Control and Clash modes have been added to the competitive playlist. This will get me playing competitive. Control and Clash? Dude, you got me. Sign me up. Where do I join? Lost streaks have been removed. Thank you, Jesus. We are currently investigating activity reconnections to competitive Crucible for players who encounter an error mid-game. They're saying here this will not be available at the launch of Forsaken, but we are looking to add this feature post-launch. Their next goal: remove the time pressures associated with Glory ranks. So here are the changes. Pinnacle Crucible rewards are now awarded via quests. Some of these quests will ask you to engage with Valor or Glory ranks. These quests will not go away at the end of the season. Redrick's Claymore is being retired in Season 4. We know that. Players who already earned the weapon will still be able to equip it and use it. Players will be unable to earn the Redrick's Claymore beyond Season 3. Shaxx will now offer a quest that players can complete to earn Redrick's Broadsword, a companion weapon to Redrick's Claymore. Redrick's Broadsword features a similar talent arrangement, but it does not share the lore and triumphs associated with the Redrick's Claymore. Once you've earned the weapon, random roll versions of the Redrick's Broadsword will start dropping from Crucible Ingrams. Each drop will have the fixed Outlaw and Desperado combination. Each drop will also have a randomized barrels, magazine, and masterwork perks. Players who earned Redrick's Claymore in Season 3 will receive additional bonuses. So, if you got a Redrick's Claymore in Season 3, you're going to be wanting to chase glory for sure. Owners of Redrick's Claymore will be granted an exclusive emblem when redeeming the corresponding triumph. Claymore owners will be eligible for drops of Redrick's Broadsword from Crucible Ingrams even without completing the corresponding quest. Nice. A new Crucible reward will be added via a quest in Season 4. So they've got one more goal here. Continue to promote Rumble as a third mode. They changed it where if you're in the top 3, it counts as a win, and the correct number of Valor points will be granted. And that's it for that. Okay, they've talked about getting social here, and let's just read it and see what happens. Let's get into it. I want to fill you in on changes coming to social systems before we start our Forsaken adventure together. We're bringing back a feature that many have asked for on many occasions. Fire teams that are formed in some activities will stay together once the activity is complete. This applies to the following: Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible. Note, this does not apply to competitive Crucible. Additionally, if a Crucible match ends by a mercy ruling or the scores are widely disproportional, players will be put back into matchmaking to find a new team. I actually really like the thought of this idea because if you do really well with people in Strikes, Gambit, or Crucible for an extended period of time, you may become friends with these people. You may actually send them a friend request and be like, hey, let's get in chat and talk to one another via the mic and like let's become Destiny friends. This is a really neat change that I think was needed desperately. And then, of course, they talk about activity reconnections. They're talking about the guided raids and guided game stuff, the old guided games. And they talk about how you've got 3 minutes to reconnect once you get booted from a guided game, if it was on accident or whatever. But you've only got 3 minutes before they put somebody else in there. And then they also say that you will no longer lose your place in the raid if you quit prematurely. Also, they've got a clan update here. This stuff's pretty interesting, Guardians. Actually really excited for this one as well. Since launch, 50% of you have hit max rank in your clans each season. Going into Forsaken, there are 2 major things you wanted to improve with clans. Give you more reasons to play with your clanmates and make clan perks more interesting. Those 2 things, awesome. Can't wait. Let's talk about it. How you earn clan XP is changing. When you start your journey in Forsaken, Hawthorne will have 3 daily bounties. They can be completed alone or with a fire team to grant a small amount of clan XP. Once your character reaches level, the new 50, Hawthorne will add 3 additional weekly bounties that grant larger amounts of clan XP, but require you to fire team up with your clanmates. So once you get to this new level 50, you're going to be able to get the extended clan XP bounties that are weekly, and you'll get 3 of them, which will give you a bigger boost in XP, which you have to play with clanmates. Here's a preview of new clan perks for Season 4. Now, some of these are actually really good, so let's talk about it. Rank 3, increased resilience when you're in a fire team with clanmates. Now, even if it's only 1%, that's increased resilience, dude. Like, bro, this is exciting. Rank 5, grants a chance to receive additional etheric and baryon resources, or however they say it, when collecting them in the reef. So it's some kind of resource, you get more of them. And then rank 6, the weekly clan milestone also grants a masterwork core. So those are all positive things. Very exciting. And of course, here's a preview of one of the new emotes. If you could only put your buddy on that. Here, go for a ride, man. Let me push you. That Titan armor is ugly as sin, though, by the way. Just saying. Just saying, bro. It may be the shader that makes it look awful, but not excited about it. When is the Titan going to get better looking armor? Tell me this, Bungie. When? When? I want to love my Titan look again. I want to look muscular. Not like, well, I guess the good thing is they made his hips small in this one. It's not like the raid armor where the dude looks like he's carrying a baby. But that's going to be it. They've got some Crucible labs. I'm not really going to talk about this. If you want to read it, it's going to be there. I really don't cover much on the Crucible labs because honestly, I'm not like super crazed about stuff that's going on in there. They say some stuff about this and that, but it's just not for me. I want stuff to be, I don't know, guys. It's just not for me. But that being said, Guardians, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you have a great afternoon, morning, day, or night, wherever you may be. As usual, Cursing Mushroom out.